Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Sheraz Masood and I am currently teaching in Soophia College of Arts and Science. I am teaching physics. In this video, we have an introduction to physics. The table of contents are the origin of the word physics, where the word physics comes from. The introduction to physics, what is the definition for physics, and the paper pattern for first year. Now, the origin of the word physics is a Greek word that is said to be the nature. So it means physics comes from a Greek word which means nature, and its origin is a Greece, which is in Europe. There are three main frontiers of fundamental science. Number one, the world of extremely large objects like universe itself. Second one, the world of extremely small particles like atom, the structure of atom that consists of proton, neutron and electron. And the third one, the world of a complex matter, that is the middle-sized objects or the middle-sized things. So it means in a fundamental science there are three main frontiers: the world of extremely the large objects like universe itself. Radio telescopes are so advanced nowadays that they gather information from the far side of universe and has recently detected as a radio wave the firelight of a big bang, which probably started off the expanding universe nearly 20 billion years ago. Second, the extremely small particles like structure of an atom, the proton and the neutron. These are the protons and these are the neutrons. They are concentrated in the middle, in the nucleus of an atom, and the electrons, they can revolve around the nucleus in a fixed orbit. The world of complex metals, that are middle-sized objects or the middle-sized things which we can use in our daily life. Okay, now what is meant by physics? Physics is basically the study of various physical phenomena. Now, what is meant by physical phenomena? Physical phenomena means study of matter, study of energy, and the study of relation between matter and energy, and the fundamental laws that govern them. Okay, physical phenomena which includes matter and energy. What is matter? As we have discussed in metric classes, that matter is anything that occupies space and that have weight or that have mass. They are said to be matter. What is energy? Energy is capability to do work. So physics deals with the study of various physical phenomena like matter and energy and the fundamental laws that govern them. Now, as by the end of 19th century, many physicists start believing that everything about physics have been discovered. However, about the beginning of the 20th century, many new experiments revealed that the laws formulated by the previous investigators need modification. Further researches gave birth to many new disciplines in physics, such as nuclear physics, deals with the atomic nuclei. The particle physics is concerned with the ultimate particle of which the matter is composed of. So, physics is the most fundamental of all the sciences. A very interesting fact that computer chips, they are made up of silicon, wafer of silicon. Silicon is basically obtained from sand, and it is up to us that whether we can make a sand castle or we can make computer chips due to the silicon. It is up to us. Okay, the physics is basically divided into two main branches. One is said to be the classical physics and other is said to be the modern physics. Classical physics that developed before the 19th century. It includes classical mechanics, waves, thermodynamics, electromagnetism, and the optics. Whereas the modern physics that developed after the 19th century, that is in the beginning of 20th century, deals with the atomic physics, nuclear physics, and the quantum physics. In first year, we will study about the classical physics. That is about the classical mechanics, about the waves, about the thermodynamics, about the electromagnetism, and about the optics. Whereas in second year, we will study about the atomic physics, nuclear physics, quantum physics, and mechanics. Okay, now in first year, we will study about the classical physics, in which we will discuss about the classical mechanics. What is classical mechanics? Classical mechanics is basically the study of effects produced by the force. For example, the motion of a car. As the engine exerts force on the car and the car starts moving. So due to the effect of engine's forward driving force, the car is in a state of motion. So motion of a car is discussed in classical mechanics. Similarly, loading on the bridge, that means how much weight the bridge can hold. The working of hydraulic machines. There are several kinds of hydraulic machines like hydraulic press, like hydraulic brake system, hydraulic lifting. Now, next one is wave, that is also in classical physics. Wave is a study of effects produced by a vibration or an oscillation. Basically, vibration is a to and fro motion about a fixed point, the forward and backward motion about a fixed point, and oscillation is another name for vibration. Examples are oscillation of pendulum. When the pendulum oscillates, it can swing about a fixed point. It produces a wave, and that wave through air can hit the eardrum and we can hear sound. The sound produced by a violin. The string can vibrate about a fixed position. It can vibrate, produce sensation to the air. That sensation travels through the air and reaches our ear, and we heard the sound. Similarly, noise produced by a fighter jet. Next, we can discuss about thermodynamics. Thermodynamics, therm means heat, and thermodynamics is a study of effect produced by heat. For example, a mercury in a thermometer can expand. This expansion is due to the effect of heat. Due to this expansion, mercury can rise and we can record the temperature, the working of an engine, and the working of a refrigerator. In first year, we will also study about electromagnetism. Electromagnetism is a study of effect produced by the charge or a magnet. Charge is basically a positive charge or a negative charge. The charge can either move or in a state of rest. When the charge moves, it is said to be the current, and when it is in a state of rest, it is said to be static electricity. The first example is a light thundering. The electrons, the charges, basically can move from one region to the other. We said from higher concentration to the lower concentration. Next example of electromagnetism is the working of a heater. Due to the flow of electricity, the heat is produced. Generation of electricity by windmills. Electromagnetism is also a part of classical physics. Optics, that is a very important branch. Optics is a study of effect produced by light. It is also a part of classical physics that is discovered before the 19th century. The examples are image produced by a plane mirror. The color of a sky is blue. Why it is blue? The color seen in a soap bubble. Why there are so many colors in the bubble? All these questions are answered by optics. Atomic physics. Atomic physics is basically the part of a modern physics. Atomic physics is a study of structure of an atom and the characteristics of a subatomic particles. For example, neon signboards, working of laser, how laser can work, that is discussed in atomic physics, and the working of a fluorescent light that we can use in daily life. They are all dealing with the modern physics that were discovered after the 19th century. Nuclear physics, also a part of a modern physics. Nuclear physics is the study of atomic nuclei and their constituent particles. For example, the nuclear power generation, for example, nuclear power plants in which uranium is used to produce electricity, most probably. Carbon dating. It is basically the process by which we can estimate the age of a bone. Radiotherapy. They are also a part of a nuclear physics. Quantum mechanics. Quantum mechanics also a part of a modern physics. It deals with the behavior of matter and energy at atomic scale. For example, smartphones. For example, electron microscopes. For example, magnetic resonance image, also known as MRI. Okay, now at the end, we will discuss about the paper pattern for first year according to the Lahore board. Total marks 85. Total time is 3 hours. 20 minutes for MCQs and the rest, that is 2 hours and 40 minutes for short answer questions as well as long answer questions. The subjective paper. There are 17 MCQs, each containing 1 marks. So there are total 17 marks MCQ paper for which 20 minutes are to be given. You have to solve them in 20 minutes. The subjective paper consists of short answer questions, question number 2, 3 and 4. Question number 2, total 12 questions, short answer questions, in which 8 to be answered, each containing 2 marks. Question number 3, total 12 short answer questions, out of which 8 to be answered, each of 2 marks. Number 4, Total 9 questions are given, out of which you can solve 6, each of 2 marks. Later on we will discuss which chapters are included in question number 2, 3 and 4. Long answer questions. There are 5 long answer questions, out of which 3 to be solved, each of 8 marks. That is the 2 parts for each question, part A and part B. Part A, the subjective type, the theoretical question, long question, and part B, the numerical. Long question A part have 5 marks and the numerical type question have a 3 marks. So total 8 marks. 5 plus 3 is equal to 8 marks. 3 questions you have to solve. So long answer questions are of 24 marks. 8 plus 8 plus 8, 24 marks. Short answer questions, 8 plus 8 plus 6, total 22 questions of 44 marks, and 17 marks MCQs. The total 85 marks question. Thank you.